morning and Happy New Year. I'm just having my morning concoction before I have breakfast, which is just chia seed water with, I've been adding chlorophyll because why not? One of my priorities lately has been my gut health. I feel like I've never really taken my gut health seriously, so I'm doing that. This is a lovely prebiotic to have. I recently learned that you really have to soak your chia seeds before you have them. They taste better when they're soaked, but I didn't realize they could be damaging to your gut if you have them unsoaked. So I would like sprinkle them on yogurt or an acai bowl, and I didn't know till recently that that can be harmful to your gut. I'm about to drink this as I read. I got so many books for Christmas. I'm like over the moon. But I'm reading this one right now, Woman Who Glows in the Dark. I just started it, so I don't want to talk about it yet, but I'm really excited about this book. It's so crazy because I pinned this book, and then without noticing, my mom took a bunch of screenshots of my Pinterest board of my books that I wanted, and so I got a bunch of the books from my Pinterest board for Christmas, and it felt like it was like a surreal moment. I was like, how did you know that I wanted this book? Insane. Anyways, my brother's girlfriend got me this book. I love it. Anyways, speaking of the new year, you know, I know this is like a different time for everybody. I know some people love getting super into their goals and reinventing themselves. Other people feel very stressed during this time. Though technically it is a new year on the calendar that we follow, and it is a great new beginning. It's good to remember that we are still in the dead of winter. Regardless of calendars and time, we are naturally very programmed with nature and the seasons. You know, do you think our ancestors were waking up on January 1st and like heading to the gym and like having all their New Year's resolutions? Like, no, they were hibernating, they were eating good, you know, putting on some extra weight to stay warm, relaxing, sleeping. It's still that time, that recoup, rest, repair time. I recommend thinking of, you know, what you do want to release for when the spring comes. It's like you're in your like cocoon right now, and when the spring comes, you're gonna like open up and be this butterfly. That's how I feel. That's what I'm doing. Do whatever you want. If the new year is like super motivating to you, do that, you know. But yeah, just a really good reminder that if you don't feel that, or you feel stressed, like, we are a part of nature, and it is winter. It is the time to rest and not be stressed out and like doing all these things and trying to completely change. You could write things down, make a vision board, that's all great, but please rest. Give yourself actual rest, not like the fake rest where you're guilty the whole time, like real deep rest. Get prepared because the spring is coming and you're going to be a butterfly soon. That got really cheesy. It's weird. Oh, I can't talk about this because if I do, I'm gonna go on for hours. So let me just say like quickly, the brain to gut connection is insane. We can talk about it another time. If I start now, this vlog is gonna be an hour long, but it's crazy. I don't like this. However, I'm craving it every morning, and I know that it's doing amazing things for my gut. So I wonder if I'm making my gut happy and it's like sending some kind of signals like it's time for chia seed water. I don't know, because I'm like craving it every morning, even though I don't like it. Like, I don't. Okay, I am going to let my car warm up for a little bit. So mature. While I find a new audiobook. Cause listen, I listen to like my hype up music for the gym on my way to the gym, but when I work out is I listen to an audiobook. Revolutionary, okay? Because let's say you're listening to an audiobook that is like in total like 7 hours or 12 hours. That means that in 7 workouts, 12 workouts, you're done that book. Girl, I'm finishing so many books out here, and it's just so fun. It makes me want to stay the entire hour because I want to listen to it. And usually like pick a book that you're interested in, you know, that you want to, you almost like hate turning it off. You're like, damn, like, you know, that was so good, love that chapter, whatever. But anyways, I was listening to, which I think I told you guys in another vlog, I was listening to Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Finished that one a while ago. Started a new one, I forget what it's called. I just finished it yesterday, and like now I'm starting a new one. Like so many audiobooks, it's so easy. But yeah, I just go on YouTube. I know there's like Audible obviously and like a bunch of other apps, but I just found a bunch on YouTube, and I find a bunch of like old ones, like this one, As a Man Thinketh, from 1903, James Allen. Like, Think and Grow Rich. Ooh, 11 hours. Okay, we're gonna do that one.
The Secret of Success.
I think I've wanted to read that a few times too, so that is perfect. It's so cold. I'm excited for my next travels. I really am, but I can't explain to you how good it feels to just like dedicate all my time to me, because it's easy to say that when you're traveling, like this is for me, but like you are so immersed in wherever you are with the people. Like there's so much going on that like good for you if you're sticking to like your routine and really giving back to yourself as much as, you know, you would like to. Just being home for a little bit, it's like I'm really taking it in. Yeah, it's cold and all these things, but just all my attention going to me, my growth, my health, my career. It's just, it's so amazing. But I am like kind of itching for my next travel adventure. Let's get moving while I listen to We On The Line. We On The Line. Leg day done. Okay, so the book was starting so slow, like the first 30 minutes that I was on the treadmill. Oh my god, it was so hard. Like so many times I wanted to just skip it or like change the book, but I was like, no, I've heard amazing things about that book. So whatever, I'm listening to it, it's so boring. Oh my god, my calluses are coming back. And then it gets good. So if you're listening to that book or if you want to start it, I don't know, the first 30 minutes I was like falling asleep. It was so bad, but it's getting good. And I think it's just, yeah, it's one of those books that you kind of got to be patient with, and there's a lot of really good information. You just got to pay attention. But I don't know why it reminded me, or I think they said something, it triggered me to think of this like thought I had last night. And I remember I pulled out my camera because I wanted to record myself saying it. Do you ever go through that? You like have like a moment you need to like write it down or say it so you don't forget? But I definitely don't forget, and I don't know, this is gonna be pretty niche, but I feel like a lot of you will appreciate this thought and probably are having the same thought for all I know. So I was just thinking last night, like, if you are like a spiritual person, or if you've always been a spiritual person, but you were also like really into science, like I was still am so into science, like science nerd. Literally in high school, I'm pretty sure my average in every class was like 60, 70. Science, biology, 97. Like, love science, okay? But there's this like weird, I feel like there's like the science people who kind of like roll their eyes a little bit at like the spiritual people, or like look at us like we don't believe in science. It's like, honey, I am just as much of a science nerd as you are, but the spiritual side of me, just that like wanting to know more, and also knowing that we don't know shit, like we don't know anything about this universe, okay? There's been moments where like someone is like, oh well, the science says, or like the facts or science, and like I've been in a position where I was like, fuck the science, like fuck the science. And I know that like doesn't help my case of science people thinking that I don't believe in science or whatever. And I'm just talking about personal experience, but you might like really relate with this. If you relate with me, this might be like super on point. And the only times I've ever been like, fuck the science or whatever, it's like, yeah, that's what the science says now. Like, are you so like, is this your brain that you think like because the science says that that's it? Like, do you not understand how science works? Look at the science back in the day and look at the science now. Science is forever evolving. We're constantly knowing more, studying more, figuring out more. That's how it works. Like, we're always gonna know more. So like, to sit there and be like, well, the facts, the science, yeah, now. Why am I getting so fired up? It's like, yeah, that's the science now, okay? Anyways, all this to say, it just feels so good to like be in a time like right now where finally science, like quantum physics, is scientifically proving spirituality. Like, it's proven. It is scientifically proven. Like, the worlds are meshing. And anyways, it is just very exciting. It is very exciting for a science spiritual body to just feel the worlds colliding, and just like, it's honestly such a deep sense of like validation or like reassurance of like, yes, keep questioning things. You're not against science because you're like, well, that's what the science says now. Like, know that we don't know shit. We don't know shit about this universe. And so like, to be so stuck in what we know as being like the ultimate what there is, I just feel like you don't actually, I don't want to say mean things. I don't look at someone as an intelligent person who is stuck in, well, this is how it is because of all the data and the research. Yeah, that's what it is now, and you're right, and let's look at that for sure. But like, it's not the end all be all. We don't know anything. We don't know anything about this universe. Anyways, I'm gonna go home, shower, have a nice little meal, and then I'm gonna film a little thrifting haul, like kind of a thrifting haul, but I'm gonna go like deeper into my process when I'm thrifting, just my process shopping in general, how to find your own style, how to not worry so much about trends and really just like tap into your authentic style. I'm gonna listen to music because music is so healing. I love to sing and dance on my drive home. So I have started incorporating a technique in my daily schedule and my weekly schedule that has been very beneficial for me. And I think if you're a creative or freelancer, entrepreneur, honestly, even like at a 9-to-5, I feel like this could really help anyone if you are like me or work like me. So I like to plan like everything that I'm gonna do only 3 days in advance. So that's what I've been doing instead of like a week or too much, because I feel like when I was trying to plan my entire week, I would just fall through with everything because I was trying to always go with the plan and I was completely ignoring sometimes like how I felt. So I've started incorporating both. I think scheduling, planning is really crucial. It's really important, and it helps you to stay on track with the things that you want to like accomplish that week. But for example, today, I think I let you guys know I was gonna film like a thrifting haul style video today, and I don't feel like it. I'm still really passionate about wanting to create that, but I just don't have it in me to sit down and do all that talking. I'm really in the mood to sit down and just like do some computer work. There's a ton of things on my to-do list for tomorrow that seem super attractive to me right now. Like 100% want to do that. So I'm gonna do that, and you know, filming the video, that's gonna get pushed to tomorrow before I go to the gym, so I can really like utilize that energy and show up as myself in front of the camera. Not that I'm not doing that now, but this is like a little more relaxed, and I feel like I do want to put a lot of like effort and thought into my words and what I'm saying for that video, and I just don't feel like I could do that right now. So it's not that I'm gonna not do anything or just like, oh, you know, it's like, no, I'm just gonna like fall behind or whatever, which is what I would do before. Like, I looked at the entire to-do list for tomorrow and I'm like, that's so hot, I need to do that. I don't know, I have two parts of me. I have the part of me that really wants to like know what's going on, plan everything, plan, you know, my whole life, plan my week. But I have different energy levels, and just like women in general, like we have different energy levels. We can't be out here like competing with men and trying to make like a 24-hour cycle work for us, because sometimes that's just not the case. So I'm just gonna listen to how I feel, and honestly, by doing that, I create better work. Yesterday, I was feeling so creative. I mean, I was sitting there writing in my room for hours and I was like, fuck, I need to go to the gym, like I need to do this, I need to do that. But it's like, no, I need to take advantage of the fact that I feel super creative today and things are flowing and ideas are coming, and like, let me take advantage, because I could put in my schedule tomorrow, be super creative and plan this and that. Might not happen. Like, I might not feel that, especially for someone like me. Like, I create things, that's my work, you know? So I need to be in that space to do that, and it doesn't take much for me to get in the spirit of like sitting and doing computer work, editing, anything I have to do like that just kind of comes easy. But like to sit there, be in front of the camera, or like be creative, like plan these things, like I don't know, you can't like force that to happen. So I don't know, in the past I would just see like my schedule for that day and be like, I can't tap into any of this today, you know? But it's like, no wonder you planned that 5 days ago. Like, how are you gonna know 5 days ago how you would feel today? That might not resonate for everybody. I know it makes more sense for someone that has a little more freedom with their schedule, but still, even like at your 9 to 5 or like at your job, like even like work around your cycle, or like know usually when you have more energy and like plan to do those things during that time, or like, you know what I mean? And just, you get to enjoy your day more and enjoy your work more and be more present and, I don't know, show up as your best self in your work, because work is a big part of your life. It's a really big part of your life, and you should make your work for you. Anyways, that is my TED Talk for the day, my 70th TED Talk for the day. Hi, do you like my office? I just decided to turn this one closet at my parents' house into a little office space to work out of while I'm here. Yeah, it is just so weird when it gets dark at like 4 p.m. I'm sorry, I just noticed that was out of focus. I think my eyes were playing tricks with me, probably staring at a computer screen for too long, but sorry, that was out of focus. 5 p.m. and it's dark out. Like, I have more things to do. But I just want to go to bed. Like, it's just bedtime. Like, in my mind, it's dark, it's time to go do my skincare, bedtime, you know? I feel like I want to do another little, sorry, business calls. I feel like I want to do another little, like, creative talk right now, because I'm really letting myself dive into my craft these past couple days, and it's so different. I'm finishing up the last vlog of my Bali trip. Right now it's almost done. I sometimes envision vlogs or YouTube videos in my mind before they exist, and then I want to get like that exact shot and like put it together and edit it. Like, it's such a fun art to me. And you know, there was times I wasn't active on YouTube or whatever, and it's like there was a time in my life where I was very like in my masculine energy, and like anything I did had to create income. Since I love to do this so much and I would put so much time into it, it would take up a lot of my time to do these videos. I told myself like I'm not allowed to do it because it doesn't bring the certain level of income that like this does. But it's like, so I was born into this body and I love to do this one thing. Like, I can't explain to you. Like, if you love a sport or you like love doing a certain thing, what, because that thing like doesn't produce income, you can't do it? It's like you're here on this planet with this body, able to do whatever you want. You're passionate about something makes you feel good, you love doing it, but you're not gonna let yourself do it. You're like, no, because it doesn't make money. Are you stupid? But I'm like sad. I have no more like Bali content to go through. I'm like sad. I have a few clips like for like reels and stuff, and that's fun too to edit that, but nothing's like a full like YouTube video. Like, there's so many moments and like pauses, and you need the right music. Oh my god, I'm like horny talking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to this and then have a little din eventually and go to bed, read my book.